Top 10 ways terrorists are responding to the COVID-19 pandemic. Most terror groups are already feeling the heat of the first wave of the pandemic, and we expect things to get worse in the coming weeks. Here are the list of affected terror groups. Number 10. Taliban lifts ban on health workers and agrees to cooperate with WHO. The Taliban is infamous for killing health workers. In 2019, it killed 51 health workers and injured another 142, causing the recently disgraced World Health Organization, WHO, to shut down 192 health facilities across the country. Number 9. The Islamic State issues travel advisory to terrorists traveling to Europe. Until a few months ago, the Islamic State was calling on its members to travel to Europe for terrorism. With the COVID-19 pandemic already wrecking parts of Europe, the group has backtracked and warned fighters against traveling to Europe. Number 8. Hezbollah quarantines its leaders after they contracted the virus. Most of Hezbollah's topmost commanders are already down with the COVID-19 virus. The infected commanders were exposed to the virus during a meeting with an Iranian government official. Number 7. Mahan Air continued flying to China. Mahan Air is a passenger airline. However, several countries consider it a terror group because of its close ties to the Iranian government and the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, IRGC. Number 6. Hamas banned all gatherings and suspended congregational prayers. Hamas is the de facto government of the Gaza Strip, a heavily populated region surrounded by Israel and Egypt. The region reported its first COVID-19 infections in March, when 2 men tested positive after returning from a trip to Pakistan. Number 5. Neo-Nazis plan to use it as a bioweapon. While most terrorist groups are taking preventive measures against contracting the COVID-19 virus, white racially motivated violent extremists, a government euphemism for the followers of neo-Nazi James Mason, in the United States are planning to use it as a bioweapon. Number 4. The Turkistan Islamic Party said it is God's punishment to China. The Turkistan Islamic Party, TIP, is a terror group based in Syria and Afghanistan. It has close ties to Al-Qaeda and hopes to create an Islamic State in mainland China. Most of its members are tribesmen of the Chinese Muslim Uyghur ethnic group. Number 3. Al-Shabab commanders held a meeting to discuss how to prevent COVID-19. Somalia is one of the poorest countries in the world. It also has one of the worst healthcare systems. The Johns Hopkins Global Health Security Index ranks the country's healthcare system as 194 out of the 195 countries it reviews. Number 2. The Palestinian Islamic Jihad cancels protests over COVID-19. The Palestinian Islamic Jihad, PIJ, is another terror group active in Palestine. The group organizes weekly protests to show its displeasure at Israel's control of Palestinian lands. Number 1. Islamic State tells members to pray. It is weird to imagine that the Islamic State will ever tell anyone to pray against anything. However, it told its members to pray against contracting COVID-19 when the virus first made news in January. The group later issued the travel ban when the pandemic spread to other parts of the world.